Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe and share.
We actually have a line that we do at our house. We practice this thing. What is it?
I'm Ariel Sky Williams. I'm 8 years old. I'm unarmed and I have nothing that will hurt you.
Very good. When you grow up and become a criminal, it's the way to act when a cop will catch you.
It's just kind of a thing we practice at our house.
Fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket. Fry like bacon, pigs in
There are great police officers out there.
As long as they let us break the law.
There's also some police officers who are not so good.
You mean, those who arrest criminals.
And my fear is that you run across one of those bad ones.
Especially when you will sell drugs to children.
For some reason, people of color have always been a target by the police.
Before they became a policeman, they were a person. And that person took all their ideas and all their thoughts and all their prejudice into their job.
Why would a police officer assume that you did something bad?
Maybe because of my skin color.
No, it's not.
I remember being put in handcuffs for something that had nothing to do with me. I was literally walking in the mall.
Oh, no. Are you crazy?
Cops slammed me on the ground, busted my lip, chipped my tooth. That actually made me really mad.
Oh,
Turn around and put your hands behind your back. I'm not gonna let up. Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
How about the time they pulled us over with me in the car and arrested me?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Your license, your registration, and proof of insurance. There's my badge. There's my badge. You are being cited for speeding. Drive safe.
No wonder you people get shot. You're absolute assholes.
And left all of you guys sitting in the car and nobody knew how to drive on the side of the road. Because the bumper on the car was kind of hanging off.
No.
You know, we live in Puyallup. There's people that don't even have a bumper on their car.
My rear brake light wasn't working. And I got to my destination and they were working.
I was about your age, actually. They grabbed me.
Why?
I didn't know at the time. They just grabbed me. They threw me onto the police car.
Now at 11, an 8-year-old armed robber.
I got tased that time. That time they tased me because they said I wasn't complying.
oh,
Ariel, are you okay?
What's wrong, baby? I'm okay, I'm alive, all right? Every day I get to see you, I get to do this, right? All right, come on, let's calm down, let's finish this, all right? You good? Hey, you're making me cry. Come on.
You have to be careful when you're out there in this world because this world's not going to always be honest or fair to you. I know, Sean, you got a little bit lighter than the rest of them, so it's a possibility you won't get stopped.
You racist bastard.
Sound like you just pulled him over.
Okay. If you're driving, cop pulls you over.
Police gets out the car, comes to the window. What would you do?
When a police officer says something to you, you're black. You can't be looking at them saying, oh, I don't know, why don't you tell me?
Well, I mean,
that right there is giving them the license to pull you out of your car and physically harm you because it will be done.
Who does that? Why are you spending your life when clearly that ain't necessary? That ain't necessary.
Don't get upset, don't get sassy. Why did you pull me over? You don't have, I know how, just follow instructions and stay calm.
Okay.
Like any normal person anywhere in the world.
Do you think just being a police officer and pulling you over, regardless of if you feel you've done something or not, they should get your respect?
That's a tricky question.
And that's exactly what you are doing to children, and therefore the crime among blacks is so overwhelming.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
I mean, it should be like at this point, like a monthly requirement.
They go on with their nonsense. Here's Chris Rock and he will teach your children what not to do.
People in the black community, myself, often worry that we might be a victim of police brutality. So, as a public service, the Chris Rock Show proudly presents this educational video. Have you ever been face to face with a police officer and wondered, is he about to kick my ass? Well, wonder no more. If you follow these easy tips, you'll be fine. First, obey the law. Laws were made for a reason. Think of them as hints. You've heard people say, man, I wouldn't do that shit if I was you. Well, here's some of that shit. Carjacking, armed robbery, arson, selling drugs, buying drugs, stabbing, shooting. You know, you probably won't get your ass kicked if you just use common sense. If you jump a subway turnstile, you might just get off with a warning from the police. But if you jump a turnstile carrying a loaded gun and smoking a joint, then maybe you need your ass kicked. We all know what happened to Rodney King. But Rodney wouldn't have got his ass kicked if he had just followed this simple tip. When you see flashing police lights in your mirror, stop immediately. Everybody knows, if the police have to come and get you, they're bringing an ass kicking with them. Here's a no-brainer. If you're listening to loud rap music, turn that shit off. Blasting "fuck the police" while you're getting pulled over by the police is just ignorant. When an officer approaches your car, be polite.
Is there a problem, officer?
And stay in your car with your hands on the wheel.
What the fuck you want, motherfucker?
Unless you want your ass kicked. Want to give a friend a ride? Not so fast. Your friend might be crazy. Now, before you let your friend in your car, ask them these questions. Do you have a gun? Do you have drugs? Do you have any warrants? And in case you do get pulled over by the cops,
License and registration, please.
remind your friend to do this one thing. Shut the fuck up.
Man, don't give him shit. What the fuck you want?
If you have to give a friend a ride, get a white friend. A white friend could be the difference between a ticket and a bullet in the ass. Here's a tip you should never forget. If your woman is mad at you, leave her at home. Because a mad woman will say anything.
He got weed! He got weed!
If your woman is mad at you, there's nothing she'd like to see more than you getting your ass kicked.
That's right! Kick his motherfucking ass! Make him tell me to shut up no more! Take his weed too! He got weed! He got weed!
Now let's review. Obey the law. Use common sense. Stop immediately. Turn that shit off. Be polite. Shut the fuck up. Get a white friend. And last but not least, don't ride with a mad woman. If you follow these simple pointers, you probably won't get your ass kicked by the police.
Hope you've learned something and you've enjoyed. If so, you know what to do.